They say attics are where old memories go to rest, but sometimes, they hold more than just forgotten belongings. Stay with us as we uncover 3 chilling true attic horror stories, with the third one so disturbing, it will make you think twice before stepping into your attic. Story 1, The Whispering Shadow. When Sarah inherited her grandmother's sprawling old Victorian house, she thought it would be a fresh start. But the attic was different. It loomed over her like a dark cloud, the creaking floorboards and drafty air always making her feel uneasy. It began with faint whispers at night. At first, Sarah dismissed them, thinking it was her imagination or the house settling. But the whispers grew louder, distinct enough that she could make out her name being called. Desperate to put an end to her fear, she decided to confront whatever was causing the noise. One night, armed with a flashlight and trembling hands, Sarah climbed into the attic. Dust hung in the air, and the beam of her flashlight flickered as if it struggled to stay on. As she scanned the room, her light landed on a shadow darting behind an old wardrobe. She froze. The air grew colder, and the whispers turned into low murmurs that surrounded her. Panicking, she stumbled over a box, spilling its contents onto the floor. Among the photos and letters, Sarah found an old journal. The entries detailed her grandmother's experiences with a family member who had gone missing decades ago after spending hours in the attic. The whispers stopped after that night, but Sarah could never shake the feeling that something was still watching her from above. Story 2, The Locked Trunk. Jake was always a thrill seeker. So when he and his friends stumbled upon an abandoned farmhouse during a weekend hike, they couldn't resist exploring it. The house was decayed, with peeling wallpaper and broken furniture, but it was the attic that captured their attention. In the corner of the dusty attic, they found an old, padlocked trunk. Its worn leather exterior gave off an ominous vibe, but Jake, ever the daring one, pried it open with a crowbar. Inside were a collection of old clothes, photographs, and a delicate music box. When Jake wound it up, the music box played a haunting melody that sent shivers down their spines. But something was off, the melody continued even after Jake closed the lid. That night, Jake woke up in his room to the same tune playing softly. He searched everywhere, but the music seemed to come from nowhere. Over the following days, strange occurrences escalated. Objects moved on their own, shadowy figures appeared in the corners of his vision, and the lullaby seemed to echo throughout his house. Desperate, Jake returned to the farmhouse to discard the music box. As he left it back in the trunk, the attic door slammed shut, trapping him inside for what felt like hours. When he finally escaped, he vowed never to return. The farmhouse was demolished years later, but locals still claim to hear a faint lullaby drifting through the night. Story 3, The Unseen Tenant. Anna and her husband, Michael, were thrilled to move into their charming new home. With its cozy rooms and vintage appeal, it was perfect for raising their young daughter. But from the first night, something felt off. They heard noises from the attic, soft footsteps and the occasional sound of something being dragged across the floor. Michael dismissed it as squirrels, but Anna couldn't shake the feeling that it was something more. One evening, while Michael was working late, Anna decided to investigate. She climbed the stairs to the attic, her heart pounding in her chest. As she shone her flashlight around, she froze. In the corner of the attic, she saw a makeshift living area, a tattered mattress, cans of food, and piles of clothing. A chill ran down her spine as she realized someone had been living there, just feet above her family. But what happened next cemented her fears. She heard a low, guttural breathing from behind her. Without looking, Anna bolted downstairs and locked the attic door. The police arrived shortly after but found no one in the attic. However, they discovered a hidden crawlspace that led to the neighbor's house. The family moved out within days, unable to shake the feeling that their home had been violated. To this day, Anna wonders who, or what, had been living above them.